Basic evolution of birds. Birds have been evolving for a long time from the theropod dinosaurs. Birds, which are classified as aves, have been around since the late Jurassic period. Modern birds have been around for 60 million years, and the species in general has not changed that much since its Jurassic form. Birds are a very interesting creature, as it evolved from a huge carnivorous dinosaur to the normal birds we see today. Even though the birds and dinosaurs do not have a lot in common when looking at them, they actually are very similar. One main similarity is that the dinosaurs that evolved into birds mostly had hollow bones, just as birds do today. The evolution of the bird species is definitely an interesting story on how they became what they look like today, and is a great mystery that scientists can only theorize about. Dinosaur birds. Birds a long time ago evolved from dinosaurs. One of the most well-known of these creatures was the Allosaurus. The Allosaurus lived in the late Jurassic period and was one of the prominent carnivores of its time. The giant carnivore was usually 30 feet and about 2.5 tons. This is not the kind of bird you would find around Earth today. Birds would eventually evolve from this giant monster to the smaller flying aviatory birds we see today. But why did these creatures change? The answer is still debated among scientists, but what is hypothesized is that the food became scarce. The wings and feathers helped these early birds get to food quicker and more efficiently with an aerial view. Also, with the smaller size, they did not have to consume as much of the food as they did before. Modern birds, as we know, began to appear 60 million years ago during the Cretaceous period. Birds have been around for a very long time and have seemed to evolve very little compared to the rest of animals like humans, who evolved a lot more within the past 60 million years. Modern birds. Today, there are many different types of birds that live in the world. The most common birds are the mourning dove and the crow. These two birds are usually found around urban areas as they have adapted to the expansion of humanity. While doves still mainly eat crops and natural food, crows eat almost anything, and mainly trash if they are found in urban areas. There are also still many birds that are predatory. Some of these birds are the owl, hawk, and eagle. The owl is a night bird, and although the entirety of the birds has not evolved into entirely new creatures, the owl is an example of a bird species that has evolved itself perfectly. The owl is a nocturnal hunter, and its eyesight is almost perfect at night, giving it the evolutionary advantage of seeing its prey perfectly without light. The same goes for each one of these birds. Also, not all birds have evolved wings that enable it to fly. For example, the ostrich and the penguin. While the ostrich has evolved long, powerful legs to run in the grasslands of Africa, the penguin has evolved thick fur coats to withstand the winter cold and also to slide on their bellies to move around in the ice. This shows that even though the bird species has not evolved, the individual birds have adapted to their individual environments. Conclusion. In conclusion, evolution is a long, complex process that takes millions of years to see results. Birds have taken millions of years to evolve to where they are today. Evolution is a process that happens through the survival of the fittest and through adaptations, also known as natural selection. This is quite obvious when seen through how birds have evolved from dinosaurs to where they are now. Although birds might have ruled the world millions of years ago, human beings are now the dominant species of the world today. Importance of understanding evolution. Evolution is key for understanding how our ecosystems work and how we perceive nature. In evolution, we can see how one disease could not wipe out a population because one of the animals would have a mutation against it. We also understand the role of natural selection within ecosystems as the strongest survives. This helps human populations and people of America especially with the advancements of healthcare, because we know that viruses evolve just as we do. We now understand how we have to continuously advance our medical care and keep ahead of evolving sicknesses and disease that could possibly evolve past the human race. Evolution is a great feat in science and will continuously evolve itself as we gain more info. Thanks for watching.